If you own a Toyota hybrid, there's a good chance you're doing something right now that's quietly shortening the life of your car. And the scary part? You won't see it coming. No dramatic warning, no loud noise, no flashing light on day one. It just builds up slowly in the background. And then one day, you're staring at a repair estimate with a number on it that makes your stomach drop. Here's the truth. Most of the expensive hybrid failures I see are not bad luck. They're the result of small, everyday habits. Habits owners never even think twice about. The good news? Almost every one of them is avoidable. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the exact habits that cost people thousands, why they're so easy to fall into, and what you should be doing instead. Let's start with the single biggest mistake, because everything else flows from it. Most people treat a Toyota hybrid exactly like a regular gas car. They drive it, they park it, they forget about it, and they assume that's enough. But a hybrid is a different animal. You've got two power sources working together. A small 12-volt battery that wakes everything up. A much larger high-voltage battery that helps move the car. And a computer constantly balancing the two. When you treat that system like an old gasoline engine, you ignore the very things it needs to stay healthy. This isn't about being more careful for no reason. It's about understanding that the rules changed the moment you bought a hybrid, even if nobody ever explained that to you. And here's where the trouble usually begins. Letting the car sit too long without driving it. This is one of the most common and most costly mistakes. Especially if you work from home, own a second vehicle, or only drive on weekends. When a hybrid sits unused for weeks, that small 12-volt battery slowly drains. It's powering the computers, the alarm, the clock, all the little things in the background, and unlike a regular car, a hybrid doesn't idle to keep it topped up. So you come back after a long break, press the power button, and nothing happens. Now, that might sound like a minor inconvenience, but a battery that's been drained flat over and over wears out far faster than one that's kept charged. The fix is simple. Try to drive your hybrid at least once a week and let it run for a solid 20 minutes. Not just a quick trip around the block. That keeps both batteries active and healthy. And if you know the car is going to sit for a long stretch, a basic battery maintainer for the 12-volt is cheap insurance. Now let me clear up a myth that confuses a lot of owners. Some people believe they should let the hybrid battery run all the way down before it recharges, like they're conditioning an old phone battery. Please, don't do this. Toyota deliberately never lets that high-voltage battery fully charge or fully drain. The system keeps it in a comfortable middle zone on purpose, because that's exactly what makes these batteries last so long. When you go out of your way to push it to extremes, you're working against the engineering that's protecting you. So forget the idea of deep discharging. Just drive normally and let the car manage itself. It's smarter about this than we are. Here's a threat that hides in plain sight, and it's the one I wish more owners understood. Heat. Your hybrid battery has its own cooling system, and on most Toyotas there's a small vent, often near the back seat or in the rear of the cabin, that pulls in air to keep that battery from overheating. Now picture what happens over time. Dust builds up. Pet hair collects. People set bags, boxes, or a child's car seat right against that vent, without realizing it. And slowly, the airflow gets choked off. A battery that runs hot ages much faster than one that stays cool. And replacing it, that's one of the most expensive repairs you can face. So every few weeks, take 30 seconds to find that vent and make sure it's clean and clear. Vacuum it gently if you have pets. It's such a tiny habit, but it protects one of the most expensive parts in your entire car. Your parking habits matter more than you think too. Leaving a hybrid baking in direct sun, day after day, in extreme heat, puts constant stress on that battery. Heat is the enemy of battery. Chemistry. Plain and simple. Now, cold weather isn't great either, but extreme sustained heat is generally harder on these systems over the long run. So when you have the choice, park in the shade. Use a garage if you've got one. On brutally hot days, a windshield sunshade keeps the whole cabin cooler, which eases the load on everything. You won't notice the benefit tomorrow, but your battery will be quietly thanking you, years from now. Then there are the small warning signs, the ones people brush off. Maybe your fuel economy suddenly drops, for no obvious reason. Maybe you hear the battery cooling fan running louder or more often than it used to. Maybe the car just feels a little different. These quiet signals are often the first hint that something is starting to go wrong, long before a real failure shows up. The owners who pay attention catch problems while they're cheap to fix. The ones who ignore them end up paying for a full repair later. So trust your instincts. If something feels off, get it checked. It's almost always cheaper to investigate early than to wait. I also have to warn you about cheap maintenance decisions, because they have a way of turning into expensive repairs. Hybrids are not the place to cut corners with the lowest bidder, or random parts off the internet. These systems need specific care, the right fluids, the right inspections, and a technician who actually understands hybrid drivetrains. I've seen people save a little money on a quick service, only to create a problem that costs them 10 times more down the road. This doesn't mean you have to overspend on everything. It just means that when it comes to your hybrid system, choosing someone who knows what they're doing is worth every penny. And here's the hidden threat that almost nobody thinks about: moisture, dirt, contamination, especially in cars that are rarely driven. When a vehicle sits for long periods, in a damp garage or a humid climate, moisture can slowly work its way into places it shouldn't be: connectors, sensors, electrical components. They don't like sitting in dampness. Combine that with dust and grime building up around the battery's air intake, and you've got conditions that quietly degrade the system over time. This is exactly why a car that's barely used can sometimes develop problems faster than one that's driven every day. Movement, airflow, and regular use actually keep these systems healthier. So if your hybrid lives in a humid environment, keep it ventilated, keep it clean, and keep it moving. Let me pull all of this together into a simple checklist you can actually remember. Drive your hybrid regularly, ideally at least once a week, and give it a real drive. Keep the battery's air vents clean and never block them with bags or seats. Park in the shade or a garage whenever you can. Protect it from extreme heat. Pay attention to the little warning signs, the fuel economy, the fan noise, the small changes. Don't cheap out on hybrid-specific maintenance. And if the car sits a lot, keep it clean, dry, and occasionally driven. None of these take real effort. They're just small, consistent habits. So let's bring it home. Almost every expensive hybrid failure I've talked about today doesn't happen out of nowhere. It builds up, slowly, quietly, from habits that seemed harmless at the time. Letting the car sit, blocking the cooling vents, baking it in the sun, ignoring the early signs, cutting corners on care. And the reason this is actually good news? It means you're in control. You don't need to be a mechanic. You don't need to spend a fortune. You just need to understand what your hybrid needs and give it a little attention along the way. Because here's the honest truth. Toyota hybrids are among the most reliable vehicles ever built. Treated right, they'll run faithfully for years and years, well past the point where most cars give up. So take care of yours, stay aware, and it will take care of you for a very long time.